Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Zars here. Well, I hope everyone's fine. So, we're here for maybe the last classes. I really hope so. Uh, I hope so. I don't know if you'll have exams because it's kind of standard to only have midterm exams. Even if I prefer not having final term exams, it will be kind of strange. So let's see. Biology. Let's go see what Mr. Jack has to say at the end. Hello, hello! I hope everyone's ready to learn some new things today. Next time we meet, we'll have our final exam. So, there are final exams. That means today is our last actual class. And the topic for this last class will be Pokemon forms. You can just think of forms as the shapes of or appearance that Pokemon have. There's also a phenomenon called a form change, where Pokemon appearance changes under certain conditions. Cyclazar, for example, which we regularly ride on at the transport station here in Paldea, has three forms. Seriously? First is his basic form, where he walks on four legs. Second is the battle form, where he stands on his hind legs to engage in battle. Finally, there's the ride form, where it inflates its throat, sack, and its tail, so we can ride on his back. Okay. Though we can use something you're all carrying with you now as an even better example. Pardon. Yep, I'm talking about your phones. Some smartphones are inhabited by a certain Pokemon. Rotom! Does anyone know the Pokemon I'm referring to? Yeah, it's a Pikachu. No, it's an Heracross. Rotom. You're a regular expert at Pokemon and technology, aren't you, sirs? Maybe, a little. The Pokemon inside your smartphone is Rotom, and it does all sorts of things to help you out. A Rotom inside a Rotom phone is special, so it doesn't try to enter other electronics. An ordinary Rotom, however, can change form by entering a washing machines, microwave, ovens, and other electronic appliances. Rotom is a bit of an exception, though. Many Pokemon that change form do so simply by holding an item or by having one using it on them. Oricorio, for example, has 4 different forms it can change between when given certain nectars. Oh yeah, so the nectars I saw in one of the shops, it's on the spreadsheet. I was right, is to change Oricorio's forms. Nice. Pokemon may even change type or learn different moves when they change form. Form changes are different from evolution in that the Pokemon can return to his original form. And unlike shiny Pokemon, which can't change their special coloration, the same individual Pokemon can go back and forth between its forms. There's a lot to dig into with this form change phenomenon, as you can see. We can all learn something from Pokemon here, don't you think? A bit of a stretch, but I'd be happy to see you all enjoy your time at the academy to the fullest and change form into a new version of ourselves. Yay, I'm gonna evolve! Or something like that anyway. Oh, I almost forgot! Regional forms, which vary based on what region a Pokemon came from, don't change like other forms. They're innate. Oh, the bell! Whoops! Hey, here's the bell! I guess I was scatterbrained Mr. Jack right up to the very end, huh? I had a great time teaching you all. I hope you'll do your best on the final exam. Yay! Seriously. Kinda tired of that. Aye, Mas, let's go see Miss Time. So there will be at least another episode. I don't know if there's anything after. Hello everyone, I hope we can have fun once again today for our last class together. Last time we learned about probability using move accuracy as an example. Probability is quite an interesting subject. Did you know that in a class with 40 students there is a 90% chance that 2 of them will have the same birthday? Really? This is true even despite the fact that there are over 300 days each year. Isn't that remarkable? But let's move on to today's topic before we get swept along with probability again. I've been teaching you all how to calculate damage in this class using examples like type matchups, critical hits, status boosts and the like. All of those variables are multiplied together to calculate damage dealt to an opponent. However, did you know that there is an even simpler way to increase the damage of your Pokemon moves? How? All you have to do is have your Pokemon use a move it shares a type with. Yeah, stop. If rock Pokemon use a rock type move, uses the rock type move Stone Hedge, the move base power of 100 is multiplied by 1.5 to become 150. Ground and rock may seem like similar types, but if ground type Pokemon uses Stone Hedge, its move power will remain 100. Super effective moves and critical hits also had multipliers on this little numerical increase, so it's most certainly not to be taken lightly. Let me ask you a question to see if you understand what I'm talking about here. So you have a move with a power of 100. If a Pokemon that shares a type with this move uses it and hits an opponent that is weak to that type, what happens to the move? No, wait. Super effect is 200%. No, it should be 250. Well, yeah. Close, but power of 200 would only take into account the doubling of FT, but it should be 250. Account of doubling effect of using a move that is super effective against an opponent. It's 300%. First, using a move that shares a type. Oh, okay, yeah, 300% like that. Yeah, sure. I was doing addictive, and it's multiplicative. That's the thing. First, using a move that shares a type with its user multiplies the move base power of 100 by 1.5, making the power 150. The fact that the opponent is weak to the move's type then doubles that power from 150 to 300. The original power of the move ends up being tripled. Isn't that amazing? What's more, if a Pokemon terrestrializes and its Terra type matches one of its original types, then the bonus it gets from using a move of the same type increase from 1.5 to 2. So that will be 400%. Of course, being able to use a lot of moves with different types is great as well. That's one way you can surprise your opponent. In the end, your own innate characteristics are what will really let you shine the most. Bear in mind that this is true for both humans and Pokemon. It sure would make me happy if you could take those words to heart. But I suppose I should really have shared this basic advice right from our first lesson. My apologies. And just like that, class is over. The last of our time together flew by in the blink of an eye. It was so much fun to be able to teach you all of you eager students about numbers. Next class will be our fun final exam. Yeah, fun. Be sure to review the material while in preparation. History. Let's go. Greetings, my little students. Whenever you did yesterday, it's now part of history. We know, Professor, we know. Today is our last class, so I would like to unravel the marvels that history has presented to us. One last time. In our last class, I taught you about the Area Zero expedition of 200 years ago, correct? Alice, 200 years is not that long ago. Not that long ago at all. How unfortunate that our history lessons must march so inexorably toward the future. Would it not be more fun of an adventure to march toward the past instead? Depends. To start from our present and study history in reverse? Yeah, I think it will. So you agree with you agree with me, do you, Zers? However, I'm afraid I risk incurring the wrath of our dear director if I stray from the curriculum. Lol. I suppose I have no choice but to let the flow of time carry us toward the future. In this last class of ours, I shall fill your minds with the history of the terrestrial phenomenon. The technology behind Terra Warps has its origins in Area Zero. Even after the Area Zero expedition supposedly reached the crater's deepest depths, others continued to explore that area. And around 140 years ago, Pokémon cloaked in a mysterious light were discovered there. As you may have already guessed, those were in fact terrestrialized Pokémon. However, when those who discovered those Pokémon brought them out of Area Zero, the light faded and the terrestrial phenomenon remained a mystery for quite some time. However, 10 years ago, that might as well be present day, a certain someone you have definitely heard of unraveled this mystery. Again? Perfect time to make eye contact, Zers. Answer me this. What is the name of the famous professor who unraveled the terrestrial phenomenon mystery? Turu? Correct. To think that you, a new transfer to our academy, could correctly answer this question, you must be very diligent in your studies. No, unfortunately, I'm not. Approximately 10 years ago, a professor named Turu unraveled the mystery of the terrestrial phenomenon. He discovered that the shining crystals down in the Area Zero, or rather the energy they emit, is what causes Pokémon to terrestrialize. This led the professor to invent Terra Warp technology and to develop a practical use for it. This technology is then shared with both the Pokémon League and our academy. Rumor has it that Director Clavel was one of the researchers on the professor's team. Ooh, interesting. Alas, this story is much less exciting now that someone we all know appears in it. Modern history truly is dull, isn't it? Kinda. Thus ends my history classes. Our next session will be our final exam. Bring the wonders of history to the forefront of your minds in preparation. No, no, no! No. Oh, fine. Language. I'll let the exams for after. Not the next episode, the one after that. If it's the last one, probably. I want to have this done so near the end of of each one of the main quests, and this one should be the end too. So let's see. My dear friends, how are you all today? It's time for the last of Salvatore's language lessons. Êtes-vous prêts? Are you ready? Oui! What a réponse fantastique. Great answer, that is. Perfect for our last class together. I love it. And today, we will once again be having a listening lesson. Again. Vas-y. Go for it, my assistant. Pikachu? Pikachu! Will I be able to have at least one right answer in this class? On the second term? Let's get right to it, my little Pikachu friend. For our last listen class, tell everyone how you're feeling right now, little friend. Cha! So you should be happy. Finally. Oh, can you feel that? That's one contagious emotion in Pikachu's voice. What emotion do you suppose Pikachu was trying to convey just now? Happiness, because the other two are already done. Well done, Zers. I'm so happy that you got it right. Yeah, finally. One time. Haha, get it? When Pikachu says Cha! It's expressing happiness. Doesn't it make you just want to break out in a happy dance? Maybe. But I didn't have to ask Pikachu to put on an act today. Oh no, I simply asked it to show you all how it felt about getting to have a class with you. Getting to meet so many new friends and study together in this class with you. It made both me and my little Pikachu so very happy. And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you one last wise word of advice. As you live your lives, I'm sure you will all have times when you get mad or sad, maybe even more than you would like. Everything has its ups and downs. Life is a variable roller coaster. But à la fin, in the end, there is surely happiness waiting for you. I really hope that's the truth for everyone, guys. I really do. So, gardez le sourire, keep the smile on your face, even in the hardest of times. Always. Cha! When you're faced with a problem that you can't handle alone, find someone to rely on, be it a teacher, your family, your friends, anyone. Our prochain cours, next lesson, will be our final exam. Be sure to review what we've learned in all our lessons so far. Adieu, matane. Adieu. Bang, bang, bang. Good evening, Master Zerst. What class would you like to take? Battle Studies, Miss Dendra. The excited professor. Let's go. Again. Yay! Usso. This is our last class, but don't let those energy levels drop before we wrap things up. You've shown that you have more than enough knowledge to be super strong battlers. I don't know what I have much left to teach you. But we can always aim for ever greater heights. Oh, now she's serious. So today I'm going to teach you about the rules of link battles. When two trainers participate in link battles together, they can engage in either single battles or double battles with each other. And if you're playing in a group of 4, you can all battle each other in multiple battles. Now, when you're out having battles during your independent study, you can use whatever number of Pokemon you like, and they can be any level. But in link battles, there are special rules to keep in mind. Some of those special rules involve adjusting Pokemon's levels. Now, the non-restrictions rule lets all Pokemon stay at their current level. It lets trainers use multiple Pokemon of the same species and multiples of the same held item too. But if you choose to use normal rules, so all Pokemon will be set to level 50 of your battles, regardless of what level they actually are. This even includes lower level Pokemon, they'll get a power boost to participate. Normal rules let you use multiples of the same Pokemon species and of the same held items too. The great part about this rule set is that it lets any of your Pokemon participate. All they have to do is learn some good moves. Lastly, the rule set called flat rules mostly affects Pokemon over level 50, such as Pokemon will be set to level 50 for the duration of the battle. The flat rules rule set is the one often used for official tournaments. This rule set does not allow trainers to use multiple Pokemon of the same species or multiples of the same item. Alright, here's a question for you. Which rules set should you pick if you want to use a lower level Pokemon and keep its low level? Flat no, normal flat. Yes, flat. No, that's correct. I thought I chose the wrong answer. That's the one, new kid. Looks like you were listening to the lesson. Yeah, apparently. If you've got some clever strategy that you need to use a level 5 Pokemon for, your best bet is to choose the flat rules rule set. Of course, you can also choose no restrictions if you want to battle with any Pokemon you want, at any level and with any held item. That's pretty good rule set for when you want to battle freely with friends. In conclusion, normal rules adjust all Pokemon to level 50. Flat rules lets you use lower level Pokemon at their actual levels. I hope you use those tips to have some exciting battles with your friends. I don't think so. I don't play PvP, so it's something that I don't care. But I know that there are a lot of people that are into this, and I like that they have options, so they can play the way they want. Oh man, I was just about to suggest we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home, but I guess we truly are out of time. Yay! Fortunately, next task will be our final exam. Aim for that perfect score. Us. 2 more classes. Yeah. Hello class, it is I, Hustle, yet again. My, how time flies, as they say. Indeed, our time together has certainly flown by. It's hard to believe that this is our last class. Now, our topics for today may feel somehow unrelated to art. But there is absolutely no set definition as to what the art should be. Therefore, let us carry on with the discussion and see where it takes us. There are two things I wish to focus on today, ribbons and marks. Both ribbons and marks are special honors that capture a Pokemon's qualities. There will be times when your Pokemon gives maximum effort or has a noteworthy experience. In recognition of its feats and accomplishments, it can be given a ribbon. To give an example, if you manage to become incredibly close to a Pokemon, it may be granted the Best Friends ribbon. Incidentally, there is a person in Cascarrafa who can give your Pokemon a Best Friends ribbon. Oh yeah. Marks, on the other hand, are most found on the wild Pokemon when you meet them for the first time. They can symbolize the character of a Pokemon, such as the Rowdy mark of the Vigor mark. It's completely up to luck whether you'll run into a Pokemon with those marks. So if you're able to catch a Pokemon with the mark, rejoice of your outstanding fortune. Wow, with my luck, unless it's obligatory, I won't get one. Does anyone know what special thing you can do with Pokemon that have ribbons or marks? You can change their title? Yeah, this is... I won't do this, but there's people that do this, so okay. Wonderful, Zerst, your knowledge is impressive. The correct answer is that Pokemon with ribbons or marks can be given titles. What's more, that they can be sent into battle displaying a title of your choosing. For example, you could send out a Gible with the Best Friends ribbon by declaring, "Go, Gible, the great friend." And while I know I just said that marks are generally found already on Pokemon when you meet them for the first time, it seems that more recently Pokemon can be awarded certain marks based on their efforts. Those are marks such as Gourmet Mark, the Eaton Finder Mark, the Partner Mark, and so on. Perhaps it may be fun to try to work out how to get each mark using its name as a clue. Okay. Well, that just about wraps up our last class. Next is the final exam. Please review our material closely so that you pass on your first try. Yay! I'm not so sure this time. If they go with ambiguous questions again, I don't know. Let's see. First of all, I need to end the classes. Yay, last class. Class will begin soon, don't be tardy. I was really hoping that this will be the last episode about this. Put away your phones. It is time to begin our last class together. Home economics is the study of life's necessities, but looking back on our time together, I realized that I focus almost entirely on food. I hope it is not too late to shift to a discussion of clothing, another necessity, in our last class. As I'm sure you are aware, our academy has an air of freedom about it. We provide uniforms for each season to accommodate the diverse climate of Paldea. However, students are free to wear whichever style they wish wherever they please. You should all have received your set of tops and bottoms, one each for spring, summer, fall and winter, when the academy accepted you. Yeah, I received mine. If by chance you were not aware of this, you may wish to peruse your wardrobe. As long as you wear the school uniform, the rest of the ensemble needed to be school issued. This includes your bag or your hat. If you choose to wear one, you are even free to style your hair However you wish. Mr. Salvatore Zerstal, for example, would almost certainly have been against the rules, against school rules when I was a boy. That reminds me, there is one more thing you all like to decorate with. I must say I find it quite charming. I don't think so. Maybe a rotten phone case. Perfectly correct. That's the adorable little thing I was speaking of. Oh, it interests me so. I must admit I am fascinated by rotten phones and how to customize them. What's that? How very intriguing. So there's a shop called Delibird Presents where you can purchase cases for your rotten phones. I thank you for that useful bit of information. I shall have you to go myself first thing tomorrow to get an adorable case on my own liking. Go for it, Professor. Forgive me, I seem to have gotten a little carried away with this small talk. Don't worry. In this class, as home economics nears its end, I offer those final words to you who have been honing everyday life skills with me. My field of study is not so decisive as the likes of mathematics, for instance, where test scores might play a part in deciding your future. However, as you go on to cook for yourself, to take care of your Pokemon, to decide what to wear in the morning when you awaken, I will be honored if what I have taught you serves to smoothen out and enrich your lives, even if only a little. This sentiment was imparted to me by Mr. Hassel and his particular outlook on such matters. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for seeing this class through to the end. Our time together has come to a close for today. Prepare to do your best on your final exam. I don't know, but I think I will have all the professor to speak this time. Oh no, only the director's office. Nice, but even like that is almost 30 minutes. Thank you for your visit, Master Zers. A good friend of mine has been telling me of your recent exploits. You mean Clave? I'll leave their identity to your imagination. Yeah. But now, lest I forget, there is another matter I would very much like your opinion on. Do you know what matter of gentleman's hairstyle is considered cool, as it were among the youth those days? Blow cuts, long short styles? Oh, is that so? I suppose I have indeed seen some of the Academy's male students sporting certain style. Could it be then that the pompadour has already had its day in the sun? Yeah, I think so. Perhaps I ought to consider a change of wig. Go for it, Professor. Professor, no, Director. Oh, that is to say, never mind. Thank you for your insight, Master Zess. It was most enlightening. You feel trusted by Director Clavel. Oh, trusted. The text changed. So, if we didn't have nothing now, or we will have after the tests, or a little after that, but it should be after the tests. Let's see. Well, one more episode done, guys. Let's end it here. I think it's enough. On the next episode, we'll invade the last Team Star base. So, guys, like always, rest well. Zers out.